What's happening, guys? We're going to try to tackle a couple things today. One, picked up a 6-volt positive ground regulator for this. It's missing a regulator. We're going to see if we can't get this charge on its own. The amp meter is not hooked up, so it means running wires to it. No big deal there. But I can check back here after I get the regulator on and get it flashed, get it started, and see if it's producing electricity to keep that battery charged. Otherwise, this thing's going nowhere, because the King Midget has been put on hold for the upholsters and for going to get its modifications because of Ruby. I need Ruby a lot worse than I need this to be upgraded. So well, let's just hop in it and head over to the shop. I'll show you the other thing we're going to try to work on today. Alright, I got the engine access hatch or trunk lid off, hood, whatever you want to call that thing. Got that out of the way, and here is my 6-volt voltage regulator, but it has to wait. I gotta go run somewhere real quick because something really cool may be possibly coming to the Zippo ranch, so stick around. Oh, we've got music going on. We've got to take care of that. There we go. We're out here at Ron's. We don't have any lights on, so hopefully you guys can see all right. He's out here working on a Sovereign. These are his bread and butter. Ron's the one that made the XXX, and there's a reason why we're out here, and that reason will become evident at the conclusion. My plans for today have definitely changed. They've gone by the wayside. So this is Ron's bread and butter. He picks these up, goes through them, cleans them up, refurbishes them, makes sure that they're good to go, and then resells them. So excuse me. But Ron, we've got a mutual friend here that is the he's involved with the executive committee on at the Portland Gas Engine and Tractor Show, and he and his wife today are celebrating their 58th wedding anniversary. He's 79 years old. Great guy. I've known him for years from the tractor show, and he and Ron had a deal going, and Ron wanted me out here so that I could help look over what he was bringing out, and I bought one little piece out of the bunch. So that one little piece that I got out of the bunch will become evident, like I said, at the conclusion of this video, and I'll leave you guys to guess what it is. But I'm gonna go out and watch him do the unloading, and you guys can see what's there, and then you can let me know what you think it is that I picked up. We'll go that route. Okay, we've got Sticks and Spot barking over here, but I'm gonna help Ron get this back to the trailer backed up, so I'll catch you guys in a minute. I absolutely love Ron's truck. '73 diesel, long bed extended cab, F350, Super Duty, and I'll tell you, this is probably the lowest mileage example and the nicest example anyone is ever gonna see. So, all right, we've got our buddy doing some unloading here. See, he's unloaded a Brindley plow, and he's unloaded a tiller. And you guys know that I have a Sunstar, and I have the 48-inch deck, I believe it is. And I'll just go ahead and tell you, there's a 60-inch deck on there, and Ron doesn't need the 60-inch deck, so I'm getting the 60-inch deck. But I'm in Clifford. Clifford cannot haul anything because of the well, one, the bed's not long enough with the toolbox in there, and two, the sorry, I'm losing my train of thought watching these guys. Hang on just a second. Alright, sorry about that. My Sunstar's just going to get a 60-inch deck. So, when we get back to the house, we'll unveil the 60-inch deck. You guys won't believe the condition it's in, so I'll see you guys there. Alright, boy, it's just been a long day, and I didn't get anything done that I wanted to get done. But that's okay. Check this deck out. This deck is just in impeccable shape. I'd lift it, but it's way too heavy. Way too heavy. It is in incredible shape. It doesn't even look like it's got 50 hours or 100 hours on it. So you've just got a couple little scrapes over here. That's it. No dents, no dings, no rust, no nothing. Isn't that just gorgeous? And it's even got the grass deflector, which is right here. And yes, I use the grass deflectors. This is the power steering cylinder and the power steering box for the Cub that was here, future project. And then the wheels and tires off of that same Cub, because the tires are in great shape. The wheels I don't need, but they can go to scrap after I get the tires off. So we'll come in here and we got, you know, we can chat a little bit. So I know a lot of you are going to ask, okay, well, what was the deal with that Sunstar? Well, the one with the loader on it. My buddy Ron, down here, look at me. Thank you. Buddy Ron got a hold of me. Oh, I guess it was last week, maybe. No, come on, cooperate. Last week, I guess it was. And said he's talking with a guy about getting a running board Sovereign, the later model body style, and that's his bread and butter. With the Kohlers, whether it be the Triads, or he doesn't care if it's a Triad or a Magnum. So, but anyway, and he said the guy's got a tiller, he's got a front snow blade, he has 10-inch Brindley plow, and then he's got this Sunstar with a loader on it and a 60-inch deck for the Sunstar. And I was like, oh, a Sunstar with a loader. I said, well, if you get tired of it, let me know, and I'll gladly take it off your hands. But then I did tell him, said, but go ahead and give me a call, and I'll come out and I'll look the Sunstar over for you and make sure that everything's copacetic with it. And I think you guys might have seen it on the video. Well, it turns out I know the guy and his wife. They come to my tent all the time. They work the Portland Tractor Show, and we did more gabbing than women in a beauty parlor, I guess. We spent probably 45 minutes just leaning on that trailer before finally getting it unloaded. But the Sunstar with the loader, I I've been wanting a loader for a long time, but I've been wanting it for my running or for my foot dragger tractors, and they just don't come up very often. Plus, really don't need to be spending the money, because I don't know if you can see it over my shoulder, but I've got that big red pig out there, Ruby, to contend with and get the new motor in it and everything. So anyway, everyone's talking, and then we finally, he and Ron decided they were going to get down to brass tacks and do some talking. And well, the engine is going to cost me $2,162 for Ruby, and then I'm going to have them install it so that it'll have the 3-year 36,000 mile warranty, which will be anywhere from another $1,100 to $1,800, depending on, if it, depending on what else it might need while it's going through that process. We don't know yet till it's all taken into account. But I didn't figure that $300 was a very bad price for that deck at all. But that's not what I paid for it. It was actually just thrown in on that. If it wasn't for if it wasn't for the price, there was no way I was even gonna entertain any kind of an offer. But when he spit that price out, Ron looked at me and pointed at me, and all I said was yes. So I brought it home. So now I have 2 Sunstars, which means I'm just going to get rid of the Legacy. I may go ahead and repair the gasket on the engine before I do that, but go ahead and get rid of the Legacy and the snowblower and the subframe mount and the snowblade that I have. But yeah, there you go. Raises up the arm to the bottom edge of the bucket, raises up 6 feet. I'm not positive what the load rating is on it, but the original manufacturer's number is still on it. This thing is just impeccably cared for. Impeccably cared for. But there's the tag there. But very, very well taken care of. Doesn't leak a drop of oil from any orifice anywhere. The only oil that it has is oil from the hydraulic power steering motor off of the Cub Cadet. And this is such a comfortable seat, even though it's a Husqvarna seat. Oh, it is so comfortable. So I'm good with that. I'm going to adapt my Legacy weight bar to work on this, so I have 300 pounds hanging off the back. Right now, I forget what he said each of these plates weighs. They're hollow down here, so you have that much meat, a hollow, and that hollow goes down about that same distance. Anyway, I figure out a way to mount that weight bar on here so that I can take full advantage of the weight limit that this will lift. I gotta do some research on it to find out exactly, but there she is. And the 60-inch deck truly was just thrown in on the deal, and it is going on the other Sunstar. So the smaller deck is coming off the Sunstar. But yeah, so if you guys want, I'll fire it up, pull it out, and run the loader for you. Let's go ahead and do it. See, all well laid out plans, you always have to be flexible, because if you're not flexible, you can miss out on opportunities like this. wide bucket. Here comes the light. Fuel gauge, voltmeter. The unit has 1,346 hours on it. A little more gas here. Power steering. Here's the steering screaming. Neutral. Here's a little more throttle. Goes up to 6 feet, goes up 6 feet to this pivot point right here. Then full power dump, dual cylinder full power dump. Whoops, sorry, you guys want to watch it. Hang on, I'll show you again. So there you go. It's a quick detach. I have the kickstands for it that go on when you're ready to take it off. You pull the couple of pins and the front PTO just pops off, and the PTO comes off with the loader, and then you're left with subframe, front subframe, but you don't have to take front subframe off to mount the deck. Yeah, it's just, I dig it. And the guy that sold it to me had owned it since it had 20 hours on it, so it gives you an indication of how long he owned it. And but yep, there we go. So I finally got a loader tractor, and it's going nowhere. One thing you do have to do with these is it has the dual brake pedals. Well, with this on, you can't, so you have to take one of the pedals off, but it's easy enough. Just one little bracket down there, and I've got all of that also. I've also got the front PTO guard and the rear guard that goes on when the weight box is not hanging on to it. So, but yep. So, and it didn't put a very big dent at all in the budget for Ruby. I'd actually planned on spending more than what I believe I'm going to have to get Ruby repaired. So hopefully I'm not jumping the gun by, you know, counting my chickens before they hatch, getting this before making absolutely sure what this is going to cost. But no worries, it'll all be good. I need to get this thing away from the birds. But anyway, that's it. Yes, I did wind up getting a simplicity with a loader, with running boards. But I like these Sunstars. I like these Sunstars. They're good little tractors. All right, that's gonna do it. This is your friendly neighborhood Zippo. Let me get over to this side where you can see it just a little bit better, and we'll see if YouTube will pick this out as a thumbnail. That's it. Promise you guys, I'll be on the next one. Later. I'm out of here.